Hey, what's up, everyone? I don't even really want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this particular individual either because I don't support her or her campaign. But I just wanted to point out an ironic thing. And Tucker Carlson of Fox News was talking about this, and he even showed the facts to back it up. I believe it was Elizabeth Warren he was talking about. It was one of the Democrats, basically, one of the Dems. So, given the opportunity to have refugees, migrant refugees, brought to her town where she lives, she denied it. So, she was always sitting there preaching about acceptance and love, and that immigrants are one of the most important things, that illegal immigrants are one of the most important aspects of this nation. I don't understand how illegal immigration could be important. I mean, because just go into a nation legally, first of all. But whatever. If I were to go to another country, if I were to go to another country and ask them to start amending themselves and succumb to my particular ideas and start molding their ways around me, they would not do it. They'd say, get out, go home, go somewhere else. I remember on King of the Hill, Dale Gribble always went, he said, "Commie, go home." He was talking about the communist, and he also said that the everything, your name and information and credentials will be in a system, i.e., the beast. And then he also stated, it's not you watching the DVD, it will be the DVD who is watching you. And what's happening? Our media is watching us. So Dale Gribble was talk about woke. He was woke. He was even though he was a cartoon character, his character was woke. But Elizabeth Warren, given the opportunity to have migrants put in her area, in her particular town, as a sanctuary city, she denied it. She did not want them to be in her area because it would belittle her town. Really? So she tells everyone else that they should just be accepting. Also, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Ugh. Oh boy. Anyway, she came out and stated that white people are the criminal. That an entire group of Caucasian people are the cause of problems, and that the victims are the black people. Like they're the only victims. And the Caucasians are the criminals, the real criminals. That's putting an entire group of people, ostracizing an entire race, as you'd call it, or whatever, a group of people. And that's not what they're supposed to do, but that's what they're doing. And Elizabeth Warren, given the opportunity, did not accept her hometown to have immigrants because she thought it would belittle the property value and it would lower the neighborhood. It would basically put a damper on her little status. She did not want immigration in her area. She wants everyone else to conform to it and accept it, but she did not. She wanted her neighborhood basically to remain a majority white. Now think about that. Does that make sense? To say one thing and do another? Speak with a forked tongue, as these politicians oh so often do? Speak out of their... yeah. Anyway, talking out the side of their neck. They're just sitting there spouting off a bunch of things, and they're not even making sense anymore. They're just constantly saying, well, look at what he did. Look at what... just look at what this administration did. We're supposed to be focusing on this, and then they'll act like they don't want to do something. Oh, they talk about impeachment the entire time, and then they'll go, this is a sad day for America. We really didn't want to do this. Well, then why did you do it? Why did you waste all of our taxpayer tax money? Why did you waste all of that money on that investigation when if you looked into obstruction of justice? And they kept saying that they want people to come over the border. They want illegal immigration. They want immigration. And yet they considered a little phone call to be a detriment to our national security, but not allowing criminals over here to be a detriment to national security, not allowing people from other places that might have a criminal record to come over here to be of national security, but yet a phone call is a threat to national security? While they can have a meeting behind closed doors, they can have a meeting in a basement, behind closed doors and in a basement, and not release the information, but yet the president can't make a phone call privately. Another thing is, if the whistleblower was the other way around, a previous whistleblower came out against the Democrats. They had them on the front page news. They wanted it worldwide, nationwide, everywhere. But yet, a whistleblower comes out against this president, and suddenly, under the Constitution, it's his right to be kept secret. It's his right. They said we need whistleblowers to share information about someone that is doing something unconstitutional or that might be a detriment to this nation. And if that person has information that could help us out for national security purposes, we need to listen to them. But yet, if it had been the other way around, and it had been on the Dems, then basically, the donkey side, then basically the Democrats would have them plastered on every single page and they'd be saying, get down to this, tell us who it is, release this person, and tell the entire planet, tell this entire world who's behind this whistleblowing. Who is this whistleblower? That's what they'd be saying if it were the other way around. But it's not. That's the one-sided government in which we live. That's the one-sided law in which we live in today. It's always been crooked, that's for sure, but it's just getting crazier and crazier. Thankfully, this administration has put a damper on their little parade, though. Rained on their parade quite a bit. And another thing, though, Elizabeth Warren stated that she is so pro-immigration, and she loves everyone, welcomes everyone. She said, I would welcome them to my area. Well, then all of a sudden they ask her for her hometown to be a sanctuary city, and she denies it because it might lower the property value. They might be criminals. Really? Really? They didn't tell that, though, did they? Oh, boy. It is, it's laughable. It's really sad, but it's crazy. It really is. But she literally stated she didn't want to, it would lower the property value, and she didn't want immigrants and people around because it would cause, basically she just wanted white people around there. But yet if someone else were to say something like that, they would be condemned. They would be in trouble, in big time trouble, if they said they didn't want minorities, well, which are now the majority, in their town. Think about that. She can state that, but no one else can. Think about if the shoes were on the other feet. Think about that. And then boastfully saying, like Alexandra said, we only have 12 years left to live before we're going to die. Very graphically saying it like that, saying that. And all calling white people the enemy, the criminal, the enemy of this world. How is that not racist? It's like Hank Hill said. What the H-E double hockey sticks kind of country is this? If I could only hate a man if he's white. That's what Hank Hill said. What kind of country is this if I could only hate a man if he's white? And I don't hate anyone. I have no hate, but that was a true statement. You can't dislike anyone or say anything about anyone unless they're a Caucasian individual, basically. And we all have things to make jokes of. We all have crazy aspects of ourselves. But it's just crazy how this whole freak show is going on. And they stated on the news last week, well, it's going to be kind of hard to beat this president in the next race because the economy is doing so good that they said it's really going to be hard to beat him. They said that's the bad thing under this administration. That's the bad thing? As under this administration, is the economy is doing so good? Really? Do you know how that makes them look? That, oh, the economy is doing so good that that's the bad thing. They said stock markets were at an all-time high. Shopping was up or whatever, which we're still having we're still struggling and having a hard time. But under a socialistic type of bill that they wanted to create and say free health care for all, taxes would have to be raised, they claim, over 100% on every single citizen who makes more than $30,000 per year. And that's what the socialism thing would do, they claimed. But they claimed all of your schooling will be free and all health care will be paid for. But I don't see anything being free in this world. It'd be nice. Maybe it's true. I don't know. But they claim a democratic socialism will give everyone everything for free. But you'd have to do your part. You'd have to work. And we'd all have to do your part. And we'd all have to pitch in. And they think it'd be a kumbaya. Just a kumbaya peace and love connection. That's what they think it would be. Get rid of all means of protection. Let the government control. And everything will be all Gucci. Everything will be all good. Everything will be Gucci. Everything will be good. That's what they claim. But I just don't see that. I don't see that. There's flaws in capitalism. There's flaws in the socialism system that they're talking about. There's flaws in all of that. Yes. The greedy corporate agendas. These greedy corporations. It's pathetic. It's awful. They need to spread their money out and help people. The richest 2% could help pay for this entire world's meals and could pay our way and help us out. Yes, they could. And everyone should have the right to health care. Everyone should have the right to health care. But sadly, in this crazy financial system that they've created, it's not that simple. But I also don't feel that it's going to be as great as they claim. That they're not just going to help people out and do that. They're not going to do that. Because that takes their control away, and they're not going to allow it. And it's not as cushy as it sounds. That particular system that they're wanting to bring in, it's not as great as they try to make it sound. Both sides have their problems, but until the Lord takes this, it's just not going. Until the Lord takes over, nothing's ever going to be perfect. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, Elizabeth Warren stated that she didn't want immigrants. She did not want a sanctuary city in her town and immigrants to be in her town because it would belittle. Yeah. She didn't want them in her town. Oh, they can go anywhere, but oh no, not my city. No, not where I live. Yeah, think about how that sounded. Anyway, just thought I'd share a little bit of this information. And just thought I'd share. Peace and much love. Signing out. I've got to end the video here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support, maybe I can go to college, go to school, continue my education, or just do something great with my life, hopefully. And if you'd ever like to support, the link is below. My email is below as well. Not sure what I'll do so far, but we'll see. Peace and much love. I love you all. Signing out. Just thought I'd share this crazy